Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer and today we are going to do a 5-minute makeup challenge. 5 minutes. And I do have a timer ready to go. I'll show you this right here. That is a timer and you'll be hearing my air conditioner going and possibly my dogs playing as well in the background, and I do apologize if that bothers you, but that's life whenever you got 3 dogs. So, because I don't put them up all the time. And what I'm going to do first is you can tell I've already got my hair up, because that is crucial whenever you're trying to do makeup quickly, is to have the hair put up, that way you're not getting foundation all in the hair. So let's go ahead and talk through what I hope, keyword hope, to be using in that 5-minute mark. And I will try to mention these as I'm going, but I am trying to do this talk through style, but I can't explain every single step. But I have other videos where I do go into more detail about how exactly I put on primer. This is the Monistat Chafing Relief Powder Gel that I'm going to use as my primer. Then I'll move into the foundation, and I'll probably just say let's move on to foundation, blush, bronzer, eyeshadow, whatever. So this is the Maybelline Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. And I'm in the shade, well, I actually can't, something beige, sun beige is what this is. And then I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Deep, the Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid in 200 Medium Nude Glow. That's this right here. I'll also be using the e.l.f. HD Powder. Some of these items you may have seen recently in my Project Empties video, so I am really trying to use up some of these items. A great majority of these are actually in there so far that I've mentioned. Then I'm also going to switch whenever I do my face. We're not doing a whole lot of crazy stuff on my face. I'm doing my e.l.f. Blush and Bronzer Duo in St. Lucia. Looks like this right here. Now this is not to be confused with the Aqua Minerals line that they have out now that's also a blush and bronzer. This is different formulas. This is the original formula that they had out. And I will be using the e.l.f. Molten Liquid Eyeshadow in Rose Gold on the eyes, as well as the L'Oreal Infallible in Amber Rush. Then we'll move on to mascara, and that is the CoverGirl Supersizer. Eyebrows, we're using the Brow Stylist Definer by Maybelline. And lips, we'll see how long I have left, honestly, because if I have plenty of time left, I'll use the AOA Wonder Metal in Cyber. But I'm not going to be looking at my timer all the time, but we're going to see what we have time for. But most likely it will be the Barely Brown of the Maybelline Bolds collection. So once again, if you do hear my dogs playing in the background or whatever, I do apologize. And I am a little bit closer so that you can see more detail as I go. And I have my mirror over to the side here, so if you see me looking over this way, I'm looking at my mirror to see what I'm doing, because I am going to be filming other videos after this. So, and let's talk brushes real quick as well. For my foundation primer, I'll be using my hands, as well as the highlight. I'll be using my hands. Concealer, I'll be using one of these. It's by the brand You Can Be. It's a little brush like this. It's angled on one side, kind of curved on one side but flat on the other. Powder brush, this is a Shani brush. It's a fluffy brush here. It might have a little bit of powder residue from yesterday doing powder, but that's okay. And then this is a You Can Be blush brush. I used it, well, a smaller size brush rather, not necessarily blush, but I'll be using this for my blush. I don't always do contour, so we'll see what time allows there. This I'll be using my fingers, as well as both eye products. I'll probably be using my fingers for the eyeshadow and the liquid eyeshadow, the molten eyeshadow. But to blend the Amber Rush, I might be using this right here. I'm not sure which brush this is called. Real Techniques does not make it easy for people that have vision impairments to see what the name of the brush is. And then the rest of the products are straight from the tube. So you may see, if I think about it, I may grab my eyelash curler as well. But let's go ahead and jump on into this. Let me make sure I can do this. Alright, right here's the clock. Like I said, you may hear my dogs from time to time. And we're going to hit start. We're starting out with primer, dotting it all over the face and blending it in. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I do apologize if I speak too fast. I tend to do that whenever I'm in a hurry or trying to rush. But I'm mainly going on the T-zone with this primer. And it may be difficult to hear me at times, and I apologize if it is. But going on the T-zone, tops of the cheeks, under the eyes, on the eyes, because we're not messing with the eye primer today. Throw that all over. The face is somewhat decently primed now. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fluid Touch foundation. Dot that all over, then blend it in with my hands. I'm not using any tools. It goes a lot faster whenever you don't use a tool. I'm streaking this on my nose, forehead, cheeks, and then I'll dot a little bit on my chin as well. This really isn't the best match for me. Normally I mix two together, but we're gonna go with it. Dot a little bit more on the forehead. This is very liquidy, but I love it. It's one of my, trying to drip down into my mouth. But I'm dotting it all over really good because I want decent coverage. It doesn't have to be best, but I do want decent. Now I'm going to blend this all over the face with my hands in circular motions on the eyes, because that helps cover any discoloration I have on the eyes. Make sure I get my nose, the sides of my nose, and then I blend down my neck a little bit. There we go. Foundation is taken care of. Let's move on to concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Deep. I'm going to go in a triangle under the eye, each eye. Each eye has a triangle. Well, is about to at least. And then I'm going to use my finger actually to blend it in, because it will be faster that way instead of using the brush I mentioned above. So, like I said, I apologize if I'm going too fast, but in this type of video you have to move fast if you want to meet the mark. So, using my finger and tapping it in and kind of dragging as well. So, and right now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to use my hand here and my other hand. We only have 2 minutes left, so might not make the mark on this, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go in with powder. Take powder and go all over the face. Dip it in. I'm not going too heavy, but I'm not going real light either. Actually, I'm going a little bit heavier than I thought, I guess. But I forgot to do my highlight before I did powder, but the powder would have kind of dampened the highlight anyway. And usually a no-no is putting liquid over powder, but I'm going to, because I have done liquid over powder with some products anyway. And since I am still in the process of testing this out, we'll be able to tell whether it works or not, whether it makes it cakey. Put about a pea-size amount on my middle finger, rub it between my middle and ring, and dab it on the cheeks, top parts of the cheeks, and blend backwards. It's a more natural glow here. There we go. We got powder done. Now we're going to go in with blush. take the blush brush, swirl it in, and then go on the cheeks, apples of the cheeks basically, and blend backwards. Do the same thing on the other one, apples of the cheeks, blend backwards. Now I'm going to take this same brush, dip it in the contour or the bronzer side, tap it off, go on the temple area. With me, I tend to double dip a lot of times because I never know if I have enough product left. So, and I do my jawline. Basically, you're making an E and a 3, is what you're doing. So, and then I go around the perimeter, just kind of blend it in a little bit. There we go, we got bronzer done, taking the molten, and we are out of time. So that is all I can do. See, there's timer.